Hi there, Shelley here. In last week's written blog, I talked about 6 things that you need to consider when you're writing accessible Word documents. Accessible Word documents are those that are accessible to people who are visually impaired, but not just to people who are visually impaired, to anyone who needs to make sense of anything that you write. May this be on the web or just in documents that you send to other people. In today's blog, I'm going to show a video tutorial of the first thing in my list of 6, and that was the use of styles. Predominantly styles in Microsoft Word 2013, which is what you can see on my screen right now. And I'm going to be showing you where styles live and how to apply them. I'll then go on and show you how to modify styles, which is one of the benefits of using them, because once you modify the style in one location, it will change wherever you have applied it elsewhere. On screen at the moment you can see my document called A Little Coffee May Be Good, No Styles. That's if you can read it, because it's quite faint up at the top. Now this document is pretty boring. It doesn't have any styles in it. We can see it's got a heading which is simply bold, and as I scroll through the document you can see that there are what appeared to be headings, but when I look at them a little bit more closely, all I can see is some text that has been made bold, and the paragraph comes straight along next to the text and there's no spacing. So all in all, this is quite a difficult document to read, and it doesn't look very visually pleasing. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to show you another document. This is a document that has styles applied. Same thing, and I've added dare we say healthy for body and brain in there. And as you can see, as I scroll through, here's a heading, and it is a different colour, not just bold, it's big, and it's spaced nicely between the previous paragraph and the following paragraph. And this makes the document easier to read. Anybody can then skim read this document and jump through from one heading to another. And that's quite a useful thing, because if you're writing for accessibility, then anybody who is visually impaired will be able to see your headings better. And if they happen to be using a screen reader, they'll be able to have the screen reader just read the headings out to them, and then they can jump to whichever heading they want to jump to. Let me show you what I mean about navigation. Here I am in the document with styles. If I go up on the home ribbon on the far right hand side to find and click on find, it opens up a navigation pane on the left hand side of my document. At the moment, this is where I might type something in order to find it. So if I wanted to find the word coffee, I could type coffee, and it will list for me all the results for coffee in the document, and it also highlights them in my document. So that's quite a handy thing to know about in any event. Notice here I've got headings, pages and results. If I show pages, I can see thumbnails of my document. What I'm looking for are the headings. Now here I have a document with various headings in the document styled as headings, and I can actually navigate to each heading by using this navigation. So if I'm editing my document and I want to do some fancy stuff to it, and I don't want to scroll through 600 pages, I can simply jump to the heading I want. If I no longer need that navigation pane, I can simply close it using the cross at the top there. So next up, I want to show you how to apply those styles and where they live. So I'm going to hop back to the document that doesn't have any styles in at the moment. So here's my title. I'm just going to click into the title, and now I'm going to show you where the styles live. You may have even noticed them. On your home ribbon over here we have a styles group. The styles group, if you click on the drop down arrow, expands, and this will follow the theme of the document. It will take the colors and fonts from the theme in the document, and here is a bunch of styles that we can apply with the click of a button. All I need to do is click into my title, come up to my styles and pick the title style, and hey presto, my title has now changed and it's showing up as a title. If I go through my document and I click into the next title, the next heading, I'm going to make that one a heading style 1. Notice that it immediately changes to nicer, bigger and bold. And I'm going to make this one a heading 1 as well. Now let's pretend that the next heading is actually a subheading of the previous one. So it's not quite a new heading. So I'm going to make that one a heading 2. It's a heading 2, but it's not a big bold heading 1. And then my next one is going to be a heading 1, and my next one again is going to be a heading 2. And you can see that each time I apply a heading style, it changes what the text looks like. And this is the same when you write on a web page. If you're writing blogs on WordPress or Blogger, you'll notice that you have styles that you can pick for your paragraphs. These are paragraph styles that apply to whatever is within that paragraph, and that means where the paragraph meets the end of the paragraph, which is when you press the return key. So having seen how to apply those styles, the next thing we might want to do is see how to change them. I don't really like the title being green. It's not in my color scheme. So I can come over to the title style, make sure that I'm in text with it at the moment. You can see that the style is applied. It gets this nice blue box around it. I can right click and choose modify. And then I can say, okay, well, I actually would like orange because I'm an orange company. And I can say OK. And now anywhere else that I had a heading in that a title would be orange. So I'm going to modify my heading 1, and I'm going to choose a brighter blue. And you'll see that all of the heading 1s, but not the heading 2s, have changed. And my heading 2s I'm going to make orange because I like the colors blue and orange. So there is my heading 2, and how quickly I can change the look of the document. One other thing I want to do to these heading styles is add some spacing to them. And what I'll do there is I'm going to come back into my heading 1, I'm going to right click and modify. This time I'm going to come down to my format button and I'll go to paragraph because I want to change the way this paragraph is laid out. So at the moment, in the spacing area, I've got 24 points before, which means when I press the return key and then choose a heading style, it will automatically put a large space above my heading. But what I haven't got is any space after the heading style and between the next paragraph. So I'm going to make that just 6. Actually, so that you can see it, I'm going to make it 12. I would normally have it as 6. And then I'm going to click OK. If I want this to be available to me across all new documents that I ever create based on this template, then I can put a dot into the new documents, but I'm going to keep it in this document for now. And then I'll click OK. And notice that now, after all my heading 1s, magically a nice space has appeared between the heading 1 and the following paragraph. There was already a good amount of space here, and I'm just going to go and check the heading 2. So I right click modify, go to format and paragraph, and I've got 12 points of space after there already, which is rather nice because I don't have to change it. So in this short video we've seen how you can use styles to structure your document. We've seen that you can turn on the navigation, look at headings, get rid of the word coffee there, look at headings, and now you'll see that my heading 2s are indented, and I can jump around in the document, and if the person that is reading your document is using a screen reader, they'll have those read to them and they'll be able to navigate. So when you post a blog on your website and you're writing in the word processor inside the blog, you'll still need to apply those styles that come with your blog word processor, not your Word. These are good for styles where you're going to attach a document perhaps so that someone can download it, or maybe they can read a PDF online. Because once I've got styles in this document and I want to save this as a PDF, then I'll go to the File menu. One day it will open. And from the File menu, I'll choose Save As, and I'm going to browse to save this on my desktop for the moment. And just to show you that I can change it here to say PDF, and I'm going to just change that to desktop. So here I have got now my PDF, And the last thing I want to show you here is to click on the options and make sure that the document structure tags for accessibility is checked, because that means that the PDF maker will save the styles in the PDF so that they can be read in just the same way. And then when I click save, Word goes off and it creates an exact replica of my document as a PDF. And it will just take a moment there. And now it's opening up my PDF reader on the particular laptop I'm using. So this is Nitro Pro. It's a rival to Adobe. It's quite nice. I'll let you judge in a moment. Eventually it will open, and it will open up that document as a PDF. So I've got a free trial on there, and it's not got all the functionality, but there we go. There's my document, and it is a PDF, and it looks just like my Word document, but saved there as a PDF. So hopefully you've learned something new in this blog. You've learned how to find styles and how to apply them, and also how to modify them. And you've also seen how we can use those styles to navigate a document, and also how we can modify a heading style to add space after. Styles have other uses, such as creating a table of contents instantly in a Word document, which can then be saved as a PDF. And there are other things that you can do with styles. But that's it for this little video blog. I hope you found it useful, and for more tips you can hop over to my own website, which is www.theittrainingsurgery.com, or just get in touch with me here, and do please leave a comment if you found this useful. It really helps, and if there's anything else that you'd like help with, please do say.